it do? What's good, everybody? It's your boy K High checking in for another episode of The Break Live. Y'all already know how we get down and how this goes at this point. Today, our special guest is Lancey Foux. Yeah, he's everywhere right now. So you definitely know the name. We're going to get some background info on his story. And yeah, we're going to rock out like that. So I'm going to check and see if he's in the mix. Hit your friends up. Tell them to pull up. You know, show Lancey some love in the comments. All that good stuff. Let me see where he's at. Yo.
Oh, go on, bro. What's up?
Do what it do, man.
Chilling, man. I'm chilling. Just finished the show last night in San Diego.
Yeah.
It's good out here.
Yeah. Imagine. That was actually gonna be my first question. You're on tour right now. You know, you're hitting festivals all over the map. You're working on your own music, and you're on a wavy feature run right now with other artists. So, because you are literally working your ass off with a battery in your back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really ever see any of this as work. It's life, bro. It's
That's true.
I'm committed to what I do in terms of like just how I feel, and like music is life. I don't see music as work. I don't see art as work. So yeah, man, the commitment is just to living.
Yeah, real words right there. Preach. How does it feel to be like out there on that stage? I was gonna ask this a little later, but I might as well ask you now. Like I all walked in the rooms and it's like people are saying your names. Ah, what's up? Dapping people up, friend hug. But how does it feel to walk out on stage and see thousands like connecting to your music, chanting your lyrics, and really just great?
That's the best part. But I mean, it's the best part. But it's again, it doesn't seem that it's the best part for me. I just think when you know, like it's a festival different. But when you go to your own show and you know people have listened to your album and listened to your projects and like really like taking in your words, and then they want to experience this thing live. When I get on the stage, it's like, oh yeah, I get to do that for you. For me, it's more. I just have fun. I could be on the stage with one person watching. I'm still gonna have fun, you know. Even on my sound checks, when there's no one there, I'm just like having the sickest time. So I just love being on stage anyway. But I know that it's really for people to experience like the art live, you know. So as long as they're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, well, you got a lot of happy fans and a lot of good music to evidence that. So with everything going on, like one more question before we get into the nitty gritty. What brings you a peace of mind these days? Especially as you're elevating in this rap game, you know, your status is getting bigger. What brings you a peace of mind?
Just doing the same things that I was doing in the beginning. Someone asked me the other day, you know, I'm on tour with Highway and Junior and Hook. I think it might have been Highway or someone. He asked me, yo, like, what type of studios you like working at? I was like, yo, I need like the room that's fucked up, or like the bedroom, or like something that's just not put together, because that's how I started. So what my peace of mind comes from, like going back to recording like an environment like that, or being on the road all night and like at the end of the night you make a song with something to do that happen. So that's my peace. My peace is not like I got every single thing, bro. Computers, lap, Xbox, whatever it is, bro. I have it. I'm like, but when I go to the studio, when I hit the road and like my phone's down, like that's where my peace of mind is, you know. When I'm not in tune with like the things people use every day. Once I come out of that, that's when I feel like my peace is, you know.
It's a beautiful thing too. I mean, isolation sometimes has a negative connotation, but you need that. Like you need.
No, isolation is sick. It's like it's sick because I think subconsciously a lot of people base their actions off what they think people are gonna say, do, or treat them. You know, but when you're isolated, none of that matters. Like, it doesn't matter at all, innit? So I kind of just stay in that mindset. Like, I like to be isolated. I like to be by myself. I like to be working on a plan. I don't really, when I come out with whatever I was isolated thinking about, I don't really care how people take it, or like what they think, or what they have to say about it, because you wasn't with me in that isolation, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, we here. All right, so let's go ahead and rewind, man. I'm not gonna take too much of your time. You already know we're here to break down your story, so let's take it to the very beginning. You came up in Playstyle, East London. Is that how you say it? What's
No,
it?
it's
How you say
Plaster. It's Plaster. Like Newham. Newham is like the borough.
it? Okay,
Plaster is a place in the borough in London, East London. So
okay,
yeah, most of my family, I've got family everywhere, but my immediate family is from there. I went to school there up until like 17, and then I started like wandering around places, started going different places in the world.
okay.
But yeah, that's my home, man, forever.
How would you describe that environment in 3 words?
Um, it's greasy. It's greasy for one,
Okay, that's real.
dark, but it's also like lively. Like, I don't know how it is now, but in like my golden day, whatever, it was lively in every sense. You have so much fun, but then something could just happen and just ruin that fun, or you be in a worse situation and you turn somewhere and it's like something like it's like an angel just strikes something down on you and like you have the sickest day or you have the best luck or whatever. It's just one of those places.
Yeah,
One of those places, and everyone is so like I don't know. I feel like where I come from, everyone is so talented, bro. Like in ways that they don't know. I grew up with so many people who were talented and didn't know how powerful or how talented they was.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. And that's super interesting. So being in that environment, like, what's your earliest memory of falling in love with music? Was the
Oh,
culture?
my dad, and obviously grime as well. But like my dad was a DJ, so from like I was like 7 or 8, wherever he's DJing, he'll just take me right there. Whether it was late, if I had school in the morning, he'll take me. So
That's lit.
my dad was the first person to, and he's just a general music lover in his own thing. Uh, he's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna listen to this. He's more so, yo, I like Congolese music, I like rap, I like uh, reggaeton, and this is what I'm gonna play. And he will show me all of that and go deep into it. And then after that, it's definitely like grime, But when I was growing up, being in East London as well, we got like some of the biggest people from grime. Where it was Jammer, Dizzy, uh, Gets, Criminal, like so many people that grew up where I was from that did grime. So yeah, that was like the first musical influences like directly I could see.
Amazing. So what was the first from there? Like, what was the first track you ever recorded? How old were you? What was it called? Like, put me on.
First track I ever recorded was in school. I was like 12, but I don't actually remember the track. Like I don't remember what I was saying. I know it was with my boy Salih and Samuel. They used to be in the studio, and I used to just be catting like, "Yo, he's doing up there." Made a tune with them, and then I didn't really. Again, music wasn't serious, and it's up until I was like 16 or 17, and I've ended up at a studio again, and just made a song there. Like I did. I'm a person as well. I'm very. I follow my intuition a lot. So I'm never one to say today, oh yeah, today I'm gonna go to the studio, I'm gonna do this and da da da. I'm not that person. Like I sit, I think, I feel, and then like if something's saying, yo, you need to just go. I don't know where you need to go, but you need to go there. It just happens. My body will take me there, whatever.
Yeah, no, that's true. So that first time you went to the studio, you remember what that track was called?
Oh yeah, that Black Flowers.
Or what was it about? What do you remember about who you were at that time and what you were communicating on the mic?
That time was like definitely a turning point in my life, because if I didn't have that time, I wouldn't make music. But I was just doing some shit like in the street or whatever, but I've always been a person like whatever I'm doing, I'm kind of like I've tried to make it seem like I don't do that, So if I'm committing crimes, I'm not gonna appear as a criminal. If I'm making music and you see me in my normal life, I may not appear like I make music. Or if I played football, the way I would come across is like I don't play football. That's just who I am. I like to kind of fool people a little bit. So when I made that song, Like, I'm in a room with people who fucking, they listen to Jeezy and they listen to Rick Ross and they listen to fucking Jay Spades at the time, or like people who are like trap rappers. I was with trappers, real trappers, and when I go in the studio and they're thinking I'm about to rap about what I've been doing all day, I'm just about to rap about something else, you know. So Black Flowers, I think on the song I was talking about giving a girl like flowers, but they're black, you know, like on some rockstar shit. So yeah, that's how that came about. That actually like kind of led to the sound I would do at that time, like Pink and the more like tripped out that type of sound, you know. I just didn't want to like whatever everyone was doing around me musically. Once I figured out I was doing music, I just didn't want to. I wanted to be as far as possible from that. So if everyone was still doing grime or still doing, I wanted to just be something you can't explain, something you can't describe, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, that's facts. I mean, that's the key to it too. You already know how many things or how quickly things get watered down. So I get it. It worked out for you at the end.
Yeah, 100%.
So at what moment would you say started like blowing up for you? Like, what was the moment that hit you?
I honestly, bro, I don't know, and I don't really like that. Like the term "blowing up" doesn't really, because you know what it is. Yeah, I think people are so used to like, yo, you blew up, and everyone knows you, and then like that's it. You blow up and then that's it. I don't believe in that. I believe in like, my body will die, but the music can never die. So blowing up just means that, oh yeah, your music blew up and then it came down and you died and everyone forgot. Like, but that's not my thing. So I don't believe in blowing up. I just believe in being an artist, and whether you can like love my music for 2 years, hate it, in 10 years, come back and say, raw, he did it. Like Coolio just died and now he's blew up again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So is that like, what is? So there's no moment for me, bro. There's no moment, and I don't think there ever will be a moment. I just believe in being an artist and having high points and inevitably low points, isn't it? It's not.
Of course.
It's not about blowing up and da da da. Because once you blow up here, you got to stay there, innit? To stay blown up. And then what do you do when you to stay blown up? You get in everyone's face. You get attention. You da da da. You start clap da da da. You start, you know. So
Yeah. Nah, for real.
yeah.
I got you. What's your label situation like?
Say that again.
I said, what's your label situation? Who are you signed to, and what's the deal?
I'm signed to Human Resources. In the States, J Irvin is my family. I love them. They've taken care of me. I was signed in the UK for a little bit, but it didn't really work out. We just had differences. Again, Human Resources, J Irvin, like, took care of me, and yeah.
Yeah. And going crazy. And you obviously you keep your foot on the gas as well. You know, not to judge any other artists, but sometimes people release frequently. Sometimes people take their time. They like years pass in between. You got about 10 projects already. So looking back, like, what would you say is the most important in your discography, and why? Excuse me.
Well, out of everything I've dropped,
Yeah.
I want to say Friend or Foe, definitely.
Why you say that?
Because that's the first album I worked on that not only took time, but I kind of delved in business-wise, and like as a musician, I delved in and got a bit more serious. Before I would just like record. Yeah, I want to drop this, you know. And I did do the same thing with that, but I think for Friend or Foe, I like took a bit more time. I thought about some things, and I orchestrated it like nothing's ever like comes out the way I exactly want it to come out, but Friend or Foe was really close to like how I wanted to deliver a project. And then musically, I think I've always tried to be diverse in my music, but I think musically that one is like one of my most diverse projects.
Yeah.
I love that album.
Yeah. Likewise. Yo, what's your off of that? Like, what's your approach? I know you said you're kind of like a going with the wind kind of guy. Do you freestyle? Do you write? Do you kind of take?
Yeah, I don't write. Writing is difficult. Like,
Really?
I overthink if I ever try to write, but I don't write. Hence why I make so much music. And I just feel more comfortable not writing, you know. I think I'm always rapping anyway. Even like as I'm sat here right now, there's definitely rhymes that just entered my head. So I want to try. I want to write. Like I want to be able to write. It just doesn't work for me. How some people can't freestyle. And I've been in the studio with like so many artists, and like they've seen me like do what I do, and they're like raw, and I'm like, yo, I want to write like you. You know, I'll say to Unknown T, or I'll say to Skepta or whoever, like, yo, I'm like, I really wish I could just write, bro. Like write at 16, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think it's my focus. I've like, you know, like a bit of a bad focus. So
Yeah. Writing it because obviously you translate how you speak to what you put on the computer.
mm-hmm.
Organizing it, getting your thoughts together, like you said, it's easy to think it as it seems at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially in a song, you have even, you know, less time to captivate people. It seems like every bar matters. So
Yeah, and also I think it's a lot to do with like the flow and delivery too. And I feel like if I write things, I'm too focused on reading it, and I don't really want that to be the case.
Yeah.
I want my bars to be hard always, but
Always.
but like delivering them bars is a big thing too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Super important. If you could go back and speak to like a young Lancey early in your career, like what advice would you give to yourself considering how things have progressed?
I do that. I'm still a child, bro. I think I speak to my child self every day.
Word.
I don't think it's left yet. I'm still here, like, still vibing out, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I don't think there's one thing I would say. I'd say it every day, like, yo, like when you go on the stage today, like make sure you just do a jump. Like, yo, when you leave the stage, just troll the driver, like slap your driver's head or something, like, you know.
Yeah.
I think the child is still in me.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, I feel that. I feel that. And that's super interesting too, just looking at how creative you are. Like you can see your imagination seep through pretty much everything you drop and release.
Yeah, thank you.
Word. So a few more questions. Do you consider yourself, I know you kind of obviously have straight smashes on the platform, but do you consider yourself to be a part of this reinvigorated SoundCloud scene right now?
The what?
Do you consider yourself to be a part of this reinvigorated SoundCloud scene right now? It's a lot of artists going crazy, yourself included.
Who? I mean, who would be in that? I don't really.
In that world?
I don't really see myself in any scene, bro. I think I'm honestly just an artist, and I don't. Another reason why I can't be in no really current scene, because I've probably been making music like a little bit longer than. I don't even know who you're really talking about, but I've probably been making music longer than them. So I think it's like an injustice to them, really. I do my own thing. I've never really wanted to be part of the scene or like tried to. I like other artists. I make music with them. I do my own thing, and I don't know. I think scene, to me, a scene has to be something like that people actively roll together, you know, like how you have the grime scene, or you have like Atlanta trap scene, or you have Miami, or you have Detroit. Like they roll together, they move together, they do loads of things together. There's not, probably bar like my closest friends who are artists, I don't really, I'd be on my own for more time, you know. So I think it's injustice to say to the other artists again to say I'm part of like a scene or something like that. You know, them guys roll together.
Yeah.
Them other artists really roll together. Like I fuck with everyone, but I really be on myself like for the more time.
No, I get that. I get that. And I just asked because, you know, you've obviously got artists, or excuse me, songs with artists who are really popping there. You know, you got tracks with Yeat, Ken Carson, you know, obviously.
Yeah.
And it seems like camaraderie just amongst artists, you know, it seems like genuine love and real magic being made from the collaboration. So definitely just curious to see like what the connection was, if there was one, and where you saw yourself.
Yeah, Yeat. I mean, Yeat has always been like a supporter of like what I was doing, and my manager and Benny X showed me Yeat a while back, and I was like, he's hard, like he's got some stuff going on. So he texted me one day, say, "Yo, I'm dropping an album. I would love to have you on it." So I sent him. He sent me a lot of songs, and I sent him I sent him Love Money and another one, and he chose Love Money. And then Ken, I've known Ken. Carti introduced me to Ken, and we was in the studio, and I was like, "Bro, this youth's hard." He was rolling with me. Just like, yeah, he was really young and like excited. So yeah, made a song with him. Made like 2 songs with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken's sick, man.
Oh yeah. All fire collabs. Yo, speaking of Cardi, he obviously is just a legend in his own right. Working with Kanye, you also were around Kanye. Like there was footage servicing of you guys listening to Remote Control, which is platinum in my crib personally. So I wanted to ask about that as well. Like I know you've kind of spoken on this before, but how did y'all get connected, and what was it like being around, someone who was box list in terms of stylistics like yourself and Kanye West and the OG?
You talking about Ye, yeah?
Yeah.
No, working with Ye is sick, man. He's
I bet.
As an artist, he's we're on the same like thing artist wise, Yeah, he's sick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Another note on another note of legends, you also work with Skepta, who's had a very, very successful career. Since being around him and linking on Wax, like, is there any impact that he's had on you personally or artistically at all?
Yeah, definitely. Like, that's family, that's gang. Skep is not only a great artist and a great person, he's a real G. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be around you and not show you something. He's not gonna be around you and not like tell you like you missed a step or he's like a real G. You know, and I maybe I'm biased, but I just feel like people from London were just a lot more like straight to the point and just a lot more like forward with each other, So Skep's definitely impacted like most of the things I do because I learned from him, and I can't say like there's another older rapper like I learned from in the way that I've learned from Skep. He's took me on tour, and this is like things that people don't see. There's like a bunch of things that a bunch of places we'll go or a bunch of conversations that people don't really see. So
yeah,
anytime I get the chance to big up Skep, obviously I'm gonna do that. Big Smoke, the whole family, like that's that goes without saying.
Oh yeah, no, rightfully so. And I know you're also into fashion. I gotta ask, you stay pretty. Would you ever consider like starting your own line? And I also know you were at New York Fashion Week like last month. So yeah, did you get inspired at all to cook up your own magic?
Man, I mean I don't know if I could say, but I do deals, man. I do deals, bro.
Okay.
So any brand that's looking for a new creative designer, I'll do that. I'm not really on starting my own line right now, like right now, but I've worked with brands and that's what I'm on right now. I'm on working with brands and giving my input and, kind of like fucking with what's already there in opposed to like starting my own right now. As much as I love clothes and I love fashion, I don't need to start a clothing line right now. People make me clothes and stuff like that. I don't need to start an extra clothing line in this world right now with the millions of clothing lines that there is.
Yeah.
Any brand that's got something going on that I like, that wants to collaborate, I'm open to that.
Yeah.
As long as we get the maths right, I'm there.
Y'all heard the man. My last couple questions, I want to bring it back to you. What you have going on right now. Obviously, Lancey is out. What's next? What can fans look forward to in terms of new music? They've been begging in the comments for me to ask you about your album. So what can you tell them?
It's another world, and that's what I want people to get. Don't listen to this album thinking, man, I want to put this on in the car, man. Like, no, this album's it's another thing. It's took me 3 years to make this album, and it's not going to be an album you listen to once and get it. It's not going to be an album you listen to twice and get it. It's not going to be an album you listen to 3 times. This is an album that stays with you for life. You got to tap in and tap out. And it's an album that eventually you're gonna have to live. So yeah, I'm super excited for it. I'm so happy that it's finally gonna come out. London, we're gonna have the best time, November 18th. And yeah, man, I'm so excited. Shout out Shake, shout out Seal,
Pop it.
Jarstar, like everyone that gave their hand to this album, you know.
Yeah. Streets are waiting. Know that. Yo, Lancey, what's this next era gonna be called for you, if you had to define it?
I'm not really into name calling, but
I got you. Respect, respect.
I don't know. I think I'll just let like everyone everyone tweets and does their thing anyway, innit? So let's just give them that right.
Okay.
I can't put a name on it. Life in Hell is the album, and if I'm gonna call it anything, it's gonna be that. You know, the purple skin and like everything to do with it. Like everyone's gonna see it slowly, but it's a new being and it's a new world, and there's a lot of things I'm trying to show people in this album. So yeah, man.
Highly anticipated. The streets are waiting. Yeah, that was all I got for you. Anything else you want to add? Anything you want to say to the people?
Man, love, move with love. Do you know, Life in Hell, Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
All that, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you for taking the time. Can't wait for the project to drop, and you already know your fans are fiending for it. So, in due time.
Yes, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
All love.
Shout one inside, shout London.
Yes. Yeah. All right, man. Be easy.
You too.